Hi there, this is Matt, Head of Support at Give. I just want to walk you through our new add-on called Manual Donations and show you a little bit of how it works. It's pretty straightforward, so let's jump right in. First off, all it really does is add a way that you can add an individual transaction that you received somewhere else, maybe a check or maybe you got a payment somewhere else that you want to add into your records to be reflected there. It does not actually make transactions. It does not charge cards in your payment gateways or anything like that. It's just going to show you those transactions in the transaction section of Give. Just want to make that abundantly clear. And there's two places where you can add these transactions. One is in the admin bar. You'll see a new link here underneath New called Transaction. Or you can go straight to your transactions page. And from there, you'll see a button called Create Transaction. Go ahead and click on that. And we have this pretty simple form that's going to allow you to create your transaction. The great thing about this add-on is being able to create that transaction based on the form and the unique properties of that form. For example, if you have a recurring donation form, then you'll see that this alert comes up right away to let you know that you're creating actually a subscription that's going to be reflected in your transactions. Not that it's one simple payment, but it's a subscription. And you can change that amount here however you like. If it's just a simple form, that alert's not going to show up at all. And if it's a multi-level form, then you'll be able to see the donation level that you can choose, and the amount will be reflected here. You'll see that this form in particular is a multi-level mixed recurring form. So some of the levels are recurring and some of them aren't. So when I select the basic level, it just says that it's $5 here, and there's no alert about it being recurring. But when I go to the moderate one, that level is set as being an admin defined recurring level. So that alert is now going to show up and tell me that that's creating a recurring payment of $10. When I choose advanced, now it's $100, but it's not recurring anymore. So lots of options here. If you choose a form which has the which is actually a donor choice. If you choose a form which is the donor choice, then you'll see the checkbox show up here. Is this a subscription donations? Because the donor has the choice to choose whether it's a subscription or not, you want to have that choice here as well, because then you can make a one-time transaction on this form, or you can make a subscription to this form based on that checkbox. For this purpose, we're going to choose just a simple form, and we're going to set the amount at $100. And we're going to now attach a donor. I just call them the manual donor. But you also have the ability to add a new donor here. Every transaction has to have a donor attached to it in one way or another. So you can choose from your existing donor base, or you can create a new donor. And from there, you'll be able to set the email, the first name, and the last name, which is the minimum things that you would want for the donor records. We'll go back to choose manual donor. We select the transaction status, the payment method, which in this case you can select any of your available payment gateways. For example, if somebody sent you a donation straight to your PayPal account and not through your Give form, maybe you want to add that in to your transactions here so that you can see that in Give. Or you don't have offline donations enabled on your site, but you received a check in the mail, so you want to add that to the campaign. You could do that just by going here. Then you can select the date. And the last things you can do here is you can choose whether or not you want the donor to receive an email about this donation, or the site admin to get a notification of this transaction. You can also set your notes here, any kind of note that you would like that will show up directly in the transaction details page. So we're going to not send those emails now. We're setting this to next Wednesday, and this looks good. I'll add a note just for an example. And we'll hit create transaction. You'll see I get redirected to the transactions page, and you see an alert here that says the payment has been created. And we already see it reflected here on the page. Right now I have Give in test mode, so we'll see the test label assigned to the status here as well. So it is complete, but it was also done in test mode. We see the donor here is listed. We see that it's attached to the new form. There's the amount. The next thing that we can also do, you may be wanting to add some custom form field data. If you use our form field manager, you might want to add additional data there. You can do that by going to view details, and here you see all the details of this transaction, including here I have basically all of the available form fields attached to this form. So I can add as much info here as I want. Go. The payment has been successfully updated, and you can see the information that I selected all saved here just fine. That's the idea. Thanks a bunch.